Hello friends, in this video let's talk about what is inner join in SQL Server. This is one of the important and regularly we use in our daily life. So let's talk about in a theoretical manner. So let's take the two tables first of all, and let's try to see what is the output section in the two tables. So this is, assume this is a table 1, and let me take a table 2, that is a employee table. So let me take a different color table. Okay, this is a department table, assume it. So this is employee table, this is a department table. So when you say inner join gives you the common data between the tables. So you should have a reference key in the other table to get the result actually. So in that scenario, I'll simply say this is a common data between the two tables. So the reference key should be there in both the tables to get a output. So let me practically show you how to apply inner join and how are you getting the data and how many columns, how to restrict the columns and all. So let me quickly connect to the MySQL workbench. So I have a workbench installed and I have created two tables for our example. So let me use those two tables for our example. I'll show you first. If you see it, I have created those two tables in the example DB. So with the name of employee, let me quickly show you self star from EMP. So let's quickly run this. Okay, so this is the data available for me actually. So if you see around 116 records we have. Okay, so if you see the column names, employee ID, employee name, job, manager ID, hire date and salary, and commission and department ID. If you see, I have around 16 records with some 8 columns actually. So this is a table 1 I'm going to use for my example. Next one is second table is DEPT. DEPT. So let's quickly run this. Okay, if you see this, so this is having 6 records with 3 columns. So you can see the total 6 records belongs to departments. You can see the list of departments: accounting, research, sales, operations, admin, and technical. And these departments are scattered across the locations: USA, India, and UK as well. So now I'm going to use these two tables for my example. So what is the common column between these two tables is department ID. If you see, this is the department ID in the department table, and in the same in the employee table also you will be having a department ID in the department employee table. So the spelling need not to be the same between the two tables, but the purpose should be the same. Okay, here I'm calling as a DEPT ID, but in the department table I can call it as a DEPT number. That is also fine. But the purpose and the functionality of the column should be the same to apply a join. So even join doesn't fail, but you don't get a relevant proper data when you apply a join if the purpose of the columns are different. So now let me talk about a syntax of inner join is. Okay, see, you'll be using again joins. In the joins you'll use a select queries only mostly. Okay, let's simply use select the columns. Okay, so list of columns from table 1 join, inner join or join, whatever the name you want spelling, inner join or join is common. Okay, anything is fine. Table 1, table 2 on table 1. So the table 1 column you need to keep it. So I'm keeping as table 1. I'm keeping for time being table 1 dot DEPT ID. For example, I'm keeping equal to table 2 dot DEPT ID. So this is how you apply inner join in the MySQL. Let me quickly come here and apply. So now let us see. Select. So I want all the columns for time being. So I'm not specifying, I'm not restricting the columns for time being. Select star. So here it is incomplete. That is the reason why sometimes it shows cross mark, sometimes green dot mark. Okay, from okay. So now again cross mark is showing from the table name as EMP join DEPT on EMP dot DEPT ID equal to DEPT dot DEPT ID. So why are you specifying table names again is the column name is same in between the two tables. So if I don't specify the table names here, so my compiler get a ambiguity and it fails actually sometimes. So that is the reason why better to specify a table name here, and I will show you in the next sessions, rather than keeping the full table name, how to keep a shortcut name for this. So now this is what we use in the inner joins actually. Okay, so when you have two tables, this is how you write the inner join. So here I'm not restricting the columns for time being, I'm pulling every column. So let's simply select this query and run this. So when I run this, so I got total 14 records, 114 employee ID maximum. So total 14 records I got, and if you see here, 8 columns from employee table and 3 columns from department table. Total around 11 columns I am getting with 14 records. So if you want any specific specific columns, then you need to specify that. So let me specify that EMP ID, comma EMP name, comma DEPT. If you want only these 3 columns, that's fine. So you don't want even department number also. So you're applying a join, but you don't want department number also. So if you see here, now let's apply this. Now you are getting only 3 columns with 14 records. But let me see, is there any leftover records in employee table? So employee table contains total 16 records. If you see total 16 records. So but I'm getting only 14 records. Why? Because if you see department number 70 and 80, if you see, okay. So why 70 and 80? Nike and Daniels, why those 2 records are not coming into the join is 70 and 80, right? Let's come to the department table and see. So 70 and 80, I don't have departments. Okay, so I created these 2 tables to explain the other kind of joins as well. That is the reason why I added more records, which does not have departments in the department table. Okay, so now if you come here, so in this case, you will get only the people who tied to a reasonable department number, who tied to a existing department number. If you see here if you go to the full employee table, so there Nike and Daniels does not tied to a existing department. I gave some random number that does not exist in a company. So they are currently tied to 70 and 80 that does not exist in the department table. That's the reason why I'm not getting those 2 records in the result. So this is how I apply inner join. This is how I write an inner join. So now let me put a different kind of query here. So I want all the columns from a employee table. So here I'm mixing 1 or 2 columns from employee table. So 1 column from department table in the previous query. But I want all the columns from employee table only. I don't need any of the columns from department table. So in that case, you need to specify this emp.star. So that in this case, you will get all the columns from employee table and none of the columns you get it from department table. Why? Because I specially specified only to get the columns from employee table alone. I don't want any other columns from department table. We see total 14 records with 8 columns. So now, so let me apply inner join as well. So currently I use only a join. Let me apply inner join. So there is no change in the result. So simply the how you write, it's up to you now. You can use either direct inner join or you can simply use a join. So both works fine in the same structure and same manner. So this is how my inner join works in a MySQL server RDBMS. And the purpose of inner join always the same in any RDBMS. Even you can see in Postgres, you can see in SQL, you can see in Oracle as well. So that's all about it. If you have any questions in the joins or any concept in RDBMS, please drop your question in the comment section. We'll try to answer as soon as possible. That's it. Thank you for watching.